Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Puck Drops here. Peter Fife at the Puck Drops here. We have some football for you. NFL, the play just started. They're going to an injury commercial just as we talked, but just as I brought this up, but a Colt went down. He got hit by his own teammate. It's no score. We just missed a full minute of play, but there's 14:03 left in the first quarter. No score. Titans are at midfield, so pick that up as when we get there. That's what we have right now, though. Tennessee at midfield at home against the Colts. The winner will take a big lead in the division. As I will get ready to show you more on that.
You're not using too much, are you, hon? Charmin Ultra Soft is so soft, you'll have to remind your family they can use less. Charmin Ultra Soft is twice as absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the
So I will continue to wait for the game to resume for play. All right, let me look right now on NFL for the NFL. How it would look like. If the Colts would win. If the Colts win, they become 6-3, and Tennessee would be 6-3, and Indy would have the tiebreaker, meaning that they would take the first in the division. Tennessee would also take first in the division if they would win. So if Indy wins, they have a half game lead. Right now, Tennessee has a half game lead. If the game ends in a tie, Tennessee would keep the same half-game lead in the division. If Indy wins, they would take a half-game lead in the division. If Tennessee wins, they would take a game-and-a-half lead in the division. So Indy needs this. I mean, Indy right now is riding a little bit more of a hot streak than Tennessee is, even though Tennessee won their game last week. They didn't win it by much against a bad team. But Indy is – or no, didn't they lose against Cincinnati? Yeah, they're on a losing streak. And Indianapolis – that's funny. Tennessee needs a win, but Indianapolis would really need a win against this team so they could have a real shot at winning the division. Because Tennessee's played good, and you don't want to give them a game-and-a-half lead in the division, in what is a tight division. It doesn't look like Jacksonville or Houston will be able to contend, but still you want to push. Here's Tannehill running. He is going to be brought short of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd and short. As Tannehill is calling for a penalty, a high hit, he will not get the call. It'll be 3rd and 2, I think, for the Titans. They are marching into field goal range. Right now, they sit at the 23. So they're definite field goal range. Although you may remember the opening game that they won late against the Broncos was won off of a game-winning field goal by a kicker that had missed a bunch before. Here's Tannehill, throws over the middle. He's got a target who will be brought down. Davis at the Indianapolis 5. And he's got the few fans here in Nashville energized. The former Western Michigan standout from a few years ago, Corey Davis, all the way down to the 5-yard line off of a simple slant. And he was really feeling it after that, feeling some pain. So he goes right to the bench. 1st and goal for the Titans. This is their opening drive. Just so everyone knows, almost has taken 4 full minutes. Thrown over for a touchdown! Touchdown, Tennessee! Deontay Foreman. A screen in front. He was the screen. As the flashing lights blare in Nashville, Ryan Tannehill to Deontay Foreman, 6-0 Titans. It's a rollout play. It's a simple screen to the right goal line, and Foreman never had to catch. One of the reasons why was also the play action fake, and the main usage was been the monster Derrick Henry. 2 Colts go for him. They try to block it on the extra point, but it's good. Tennessee 7, Indianapolis nothing. As I was saying, they tried that 2 Colts went for Henry. Henry never got the ball. Never got the ball, so they were never in the position to guard Foreman, but that's what happened. And so it is 7-0. But that's their opening drive. So if you want to do the opening drive, they're going to get the ball back. They will get the ball back at some point. Second half, the Colts will get the ball back. But the Colts are going to get the ball back now. But on an opening drive, you definitely want to score. Give me 1 second. I know this is very not genteel, and a lot of people have asked me, do I want to use a green room? But it just kind of, to me, it would be a lot of work, and I get the idea that it looks unprofessional, but still. All right, we are ready. Still a commercial right now, waiting for this game to resume.
That was my business key. This one's casual.
Intuit QuickBooks, official sponsor of the NFL.
Be honest, which one's better? The Rogers rate or the Patrick Price?
Guys, State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
It's the Rogers rate.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Kids, what do you want for lunch? Pizza! Awesome! What about Subway? It's a good call. Everyone loves it.
We raised our kids on it, so stop the bickering.
This is coffee.
Roll up.
Oh, knock it off!
Try the new Subway Buffalo Chicken.
We are still waiting, but we'll see what Phillip Rivers and the offense can do. They've got big-time offense coming up, and interestingly enough, the last game we did was the Jets and the Patriots, and that featured Frank Gore, the former Colt, who everyone, including me, remembers him most as a 49er. That's where he did most of his work, but he did play for the Colts, and he had some really great moments, even in the playoffs. Some great moments against my team as well, my Houston Texans. But this offense has new running backs, new receivers, we've got a new quarterback. There's a whole new look in Indianapolis. But it was a 6-play, 67-yard, 3-minute and 10 scoring drive for the team that felt they needed to score on their opening drive. Tennessee, which they don't score a lot of points. Usually score around 25 is medium of the league, but the fact that they have the great rushing attack means that they win these low-scoring games, and if they can score at will if they need to. But they just aren't so adept to it. Phillip Rivers, 7-2, 17 touchdowns this year, passing touchdowns for Phillip Rivers, and what's very strange, a strange year for him. Obviously, he was drafted by the Giants, but never played. His whole career has been in San Diego and Los Angeles with the Chargers. This is his first year playing for another NFL franchise. We saw that with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. Not as illustrious, but Phillip Rivers is a guy that is a leader and has led his team to the playoffs multiple times. Here's Rivers in the shotgun. He's going to throw a screen, and that'll go for a first down to Taylor, the rookie actually from Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor, for 10 yards off of a short screen. And when they drafted Taylor, I felt that this would be a guy that would fit well with the Colts and that the Colts would fit well with him. Rivers in the shotgun. Also, just want to let you know if anyone's wondering, I'm not a Colts fan. I'm just wearing this hat because I'm picking them to win. Here's Rivers, throws slant right over the middle to the 40, and that'll get 5. To Vittman Jr., who is tackled by Borders. The first passing attempt by Rivers on the drive and on the game is, or second attempt is a completion. Right, because it screened to Taylor. Why I thought that was a running play. I wasn't paying enough attention. But he's 2 of 2 so far, and a give to Taylor. Taylor breaks a few tackles. Taylor reaching for the marker. Doesn't look like he'll get it. It looks like we're talking 3rd and inches. We'll see where they spot the football here. Yeah, it is 3rd down. 3rd and 1, not 3rd and inches, but similar. Frank Reich looks on from the Indianapolis bench. They don't go for it as for the pass as they stack the box in Tennessee. It was a delayed shotgun handoff. They still got to Taylor. Just shy of midfield, it's 4th and 1. Now, does Indianapolis go for it this early in the game, or do they punt? Everyone would say punt the ball, but I like the idea, and I think they're going for it here. Because I just heard the in-speaker in Nashville say that they were going for it. They are. We'll see if he tries to actually go for it or just try to draw them off. They have wideouts going to the left. Rivers still motioning, still hasn't snapped the ball. They're just trying to draw him. They're just trying to draw him, and they did call a timeout. So that's interesting. Usually, you'll call the delay. You'll take the delay of game when there's a 4th down play. You'll take the delay of game, but this time they took a timeout, and Rivers is still on the field. So it wasn't so much – it was more that he was trying to use the delay of game not the delay of game, try to draw him offside. But instead of just saying, hey, we're gonna just punt this ball, right now Rivers is the huddle out. They look like they're going for it for 4th down this early. Let's explain. There's 9:42 remaining in the first quarter. This is the first drive of the Colts of the entire game. This is the first time the Colts have gotten the ball. This is their opening drive. They're down 7. This is their 5th play of the game. And they have to get this to go. Remember that weird 4th down play that didn't work against New England? It looks like a few years ago, it looks like Taylor was pushed forwards. He was stopped, but then it looks like they pushed him past the marker, at least from my vantage point. They had movement go. Here's Taylor. He reaches a brick wall, but he's continuing to push, and he's definitely passes it. That's a running play, which I would not have recommended, but it works for the Colts, and they move the chains in what is a very surprisingly entertaining first quarter. I knew it would be a tight game, and I knew it would be, exciting, but I didn't expect it to be this entertaining. First real negative play since that 3rd down play of the Colts. They lose a yard on the run. And this is one of those games where usually you say, most games you say, like we talked about with the last Thursday night game, which was San Francisco and Green Bay, you want to run the ball to set up the pass. This is the complete opposite. This type of game with these two teams, as Hilton gets the ball, T.Y. Hilton past the 40 to the Tennessee 38-yard line. But this is one of those plays where the running back attack is so lethal, so potent by both teams. Both running backs are so good players, even though they're young, in Henry and Taylor, that the passing plays are actually meant to set up the run plays. You don't fear the two teams the way they pass the ball. They're just not that great at it. It's a throw in the middle. Rivers gets this one across on 1st down to Allegor for about 6 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 4. And I would look for Taylor to probably get some looks here. Rivers is in the shotgun. He's been in the shotgun a lot more than Tannehill has. Tannehill's whole offense doesn't rely on him on being in the shotgun much. As the handoff is to Taylor. Taylor fakes it. Taylor tries to push. He had a break going, and he gets to the 30, but then he stopped with about 2 yards to gain. 3rd and 2. So Rivers will force this through. It's 3rd and 1 coming up. Rivers' first year here has not missed a pass. He throws on the run. And is it picked off? No. It was not picked off. Incomplete. It got batted down off of 3 corners. The first pass, announcer's curse. First pass not completed by Rivers. Now, 4th and 1 coming. Do you bring in the field goal team or do you go for it? They're going for it again. They are going for it again on 4th and 1. This is probably again to try to draw off. Now, if they don't get to the play clock, which is at 7, to it, they can't call another timeout. They either have to take the delay or snap it. They snap it. They go to Taylor, who loses yards. The Colts are saying he made the game, but there's no way. That football was not there. So the Colts go for it again, the second time in the opening drive on the Tennessee 29-yard line. And he did not get there. So Tennessee will have the ball on their 29 with 6:54 left in the first. What a football game. And they could have brought they were in field goal range. They could have brought, who arguably is the greatest kicker of all time, Adam Vinatieri, to go and try to kick the field goal. But he decided not to, so Tennessee will have the ball. Now, it's on their 29, so it's not – they didn't turn the ball over at midfield like they would have before. But it's interesting, though, that these 4th and 1s, they've gone for the running play, where Tennessee stacks the box, and they've got an exceptional run defense. The coach is one of the greater linebackers in NFL history. Well, the fact that they would go for that, and a rollout pass, which they tried on 3rd down, which did not work, would be a much better opportunity for Indianapolis if they were to go for it, if they were not to pull field goal. So they don't score in their first drive, but they're not in bad position. They're not in great position, but they're not in bad position. I mean, at some point you want to get points on the drive, no matter how. But I don't even think that Frank Reich distrusts Adam Vinatieri. I just think you saw something on both 4th downs that he felt that he could keep this drive going and try to, strike fear in the face of his defense. But they just didn't get it to go at this point this early in the game. And I feel like you're getting a feeling that later on, later on in the game,
made for the night. Welcome back to Nissan Stadium and Thursday Night Football presented by Bud Light Platinum. Xavier Rhodes back in there. That's good to see. We're getting that hit to the head.
6:54 left in this first quarter. Here's Tannehill under center. So I talked about it. Plays a lot of quarterback here. Tannehill. Still with it. Gives it to Henry. He loses about 6. Julian Blackman, rookie corner, came out there and decimated Derrick Henry. That's a corner blitz. And now they're going to look at the Indianapolis 4th down play, which is Already went through that. That was kind of a stupid play to give the run, and the linebacker got him to trip up with the corner hit. But anyway, we didn't just show this play, because this play was phenomenal. 2nd and 14. Tannehill throws over the middle, completes the pass to the 33, which should give about 7, possibly, maybe 8 for the 3rd down. Clowney, new Tennessee Titan, is out there on the bench. He has not come out to play just yet, former Texan as well. Tannehill, and then there's a penalty coming down. Indianapolis pointed the line immediately. It'll be a full start coming up against the Titans, which makes it even worse. That's why I said Indianapolis was at a decent. They weren't in the worst position again, and so they make the two plays on. They make the 2 plays on 1st down. 2nd down, they give up a big pass, but it's short of the 1st down marker. And now 3rd and 6. It was 3rd and 6, not 3rd and 7. 3rd and 6 becomes 3rd and 11. Now from the Tennessee 28, which is closer where they actually started the drive, Tannehill gets hammered and throws it down the field, and then he dropped it. Oh, and that was a pass that Brown would have had and might have scored a touchdown. He went for a deep drop down the sideline because the Colts were really susceptible to that pass. And they'll call for PI here, but he had the ball cleanly and then dropped it, then bobbled it, then dropped it again. And Tennessee not able, that was a huge hit on Ryan Tannehill, not able to convert anything on this new series. So just like that, a 3-and-out. Trevor Daniel. Matthew Overton is long snapper. Trevor Daniel will have to punt this. Almost got hit on the play, and it'll be fair caught at the 25-yard line by Hines. So Indy gets a break, a big break.
It was almost there. Tannehill took the hit.
And the Colts are within 7, getting the ball at their 25.
Use bots and AI to modernize without rebuilding and bring all their partners and customers together in one place. That's why businesses from retail to banking are going to smarter hybrid cloud using the tools, platforms, and expertise of IBM.
Still commercial, so nothing really right home out here.
You fell asleep with your son again.
I'll see this sign again, I didn't.
Okay. Switch to progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Still waiting for this game Zoom. I will have.
This is better than I usually eat. Definitely worth waking up for it.
Sandwich. Get 2 for $4 or mix and match with a biscuit sandwich your way.
I was in the Air Force for 13 years.
I will have some talk about we'll talk about this coming week in the NFL at halftime. So that'll be kind of exciting.
It's morphing into a whole new world of possibilities.
Jessica, thank you for your service.
Wanted to connect with you face to face.
Get you some time, come out for a game. We appreciate all of your sacrifice and service. is my honor to welcome you back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum.
That was A.J. Brown still at the bench, who he was thought that he had the ball. And legitimately, he probably would have had enough room past the corner to score a touchdown, make it 14-0, and really burn Frank Reich for that play. That would have turned the entire trajectory of this game as the Colts come up with a great running play of their own. And former Iowa running back Desmond King made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Indianapolis. Rivers in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Escaping some tacklers. Stiff arm. Closing in past the 45 to the 46. What a run by Hines. Hines had the first run, and then he just trucked and stiff armed a couple of would-be tacklers. And Indianapolis is now closing in on midfield. And that's the thing these moves can make. Like that drop pass would have completely rattled Indianapolis, and it would have changed a lot of things with this game. But they get the 3 and out. They get the running game finally is paying off for Indianapolis, which it has not for Tennessee. Here's a sidearm throw to Hilton, and Hilton gets within the first down marker. It'll be 2nd and 1. As T.Y. stepped out of bounds. 3:57 remaining in the first quarter. Tennessee 7, Indianapolis nothing. The Titans with 3 timeouts and the Colts with 2. Remember, they wasted that first timeout trying to come up with the play that would eventually net them the first of the 4th down conversion attempts. That one actually worked. This is a run up the middle to Hines. And that does work. So that'll be 1st and 10. And now they are at the back end of midfield, officially into Titans territory. Remember, last time they got to the 28, and then they went for the first down play, which did not manifest. The first down marker is at the Titans 32. Rivers throws over the middle. Don't know if the tight end got to the first down marker, but he got really close. And that was Burton. He did not get the first down, but it's 2nd and 1. And what's been good in this drive is that the Colts have been keeping – they have not really converted too much on first down in this drive, but they've been keeping these short yardage situations to a minimum as they give the run up for Hines. Who gets there? Right past the first down marker, just past. It didn't get too much else, but Hines will pick up the first down, and that will give brand new chains for the Colts. And they are finding a way to get that running game going. And now they're going to try to set up their other faction because the shotgun, now Hines is in the backfield, which causes the linebacker to step up. There's a corner there too. They rush the pass right over the middle, has it to the 20, down at the 12-yard line. They give it at the 13-yard line, Pascal. And it's first down, Colts, deep into the red zone. And now they're going to have a legitimate chance of tying this game. And that's what they did. They had the necessary defense. They were able to make a play after an offensive blunder, and they just drove down the field. Remember this, the ball was at the 25-yard line. There's a throw to the end zone. Too high, too far. Pascal would like a penalty. He won't get one as he's pummeled to the ground. 2nd and 10. They went for the touchdown off the corner. Now as the field closes, we shall see how reliant the Colts are on their run game. This is the point where in this game you work on, you could use screens, but you really want to use You want to use, what's it called? Play action passes. Rivers throws to the side and stepping out of bounds just short of the first down. The gain at about the 5-yard line is Pittman Jr. So it'll be third down. Now the question remains, if they again can't convert, do they go for the fourth down closer than they have been all night to the end zone? Or right now, as they're discussing the throwing motion of Rivers, who the story is on him, he has he was taught to throw a spiral correctly, but he's always thrown like a volley, but like a what is it? Like a shot put, but he's made it perfecto for 17 years. Rivers throws screen dropped. He threw a screen up the middle for Wilkins, who dropped the ball. So here is you're as close to the end zone as you've ever been in this game. You need 3 yards. And then if you get just 3, you're at the 3-yard line, where you can run as many times as you want. You go for this chip field goal, they're going for the chip shot field goal. No Vinatieri, I'm not sure why, but it'll be Rodrigo Blankenship, which would cut the deficit to 4. They do not want to go for another fourth down. And the first time the Colts have done anything other than going for it on fourth down, they go for a field goal. So not the result the Colts wanted on that long drive, but they get points. Tennessee 7, Indianapolis 3. Late in this first quarter as well. I'll use my account to create videos, Tommy. Thank you for being here. I'll use my account to create videos, YouTube videos and stuff. I mean, when I can, maybe upload some of these there, but I won't be able to live stream until January 20th. The good thing is that when that's on, I'll be able to live stream playoff games, obviously, the final for soccer, but also NHL hockey. I can use it. Yeah, I know what you meant, man. Sorry, that's not mean. I know what you meant. No, they did not ban the channel. I can still use it until January 20th for whatever I want, making videos and stuff. I haven't made one in weeks just because sometimes I get busy and sometimes I just don't feel like it. I know I should, but I just haven't. So it's not banned, but I'm not able to live stream on that account until January 20th. But I can do anything else on that. I can do anything else on that account except for live stream. But it's not banned.
Tonight on NFL Football Access after the postgame, the battle for the top spot in the AFC South, it's the Colts and the Titans. Will the Titans run the show or will Indy flip the script? Tonight after the postgame.
Thursday night football on Fox. What a nice move. He's got it. Kyler Murray. Oh, what a throw. Russell Wilson fires. Touchdown. Two of the most exciting quarterbacks in the league. This is as good as it gets right here. Go head to head in the battle for the top of the toughest division in football. Back in the end zone. Touchdown. Cardinals. Seahawks. Thursday night football on Fox. NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. Back in 2012, Ryan Tannehill was a first-round 8th overall pick by the Dolphins, was under 500 in his time with Miami. Last year, the AP Comeback Player of the Year, and since Week 7, we've talked about all that he's accomplished. He went in that same draft, by the way. Russell Wilson went
36 seconds left in the first quarter. Tennessee is going to get the ball here. Sanchez will kick. The kickoff. 11 plays, 69 yards, 430. Now, they really wanted a touchdown, but they were able to get the points, Blankenship. And this will bounce out of bounds. So, Tennessee to move to the Titans 25.
Good morning football. They'll recap tonight's game, get you ready for all of Sunday's action. Good Morning Football tomorrow at 7 only on NFL Network. Pretty good move by general manager John Robinson when they brought him in last year. I mean, they only gave up a 4th-round pick for him, and that was the backup, Marcus Mariota. And he struggled, and then Tannehill takes over, and yeah, they're off and running. And with the commitment, like you said, that they made with that contract, he is the guy, and he's just perfect for what they're doing.
Here is Tannehill, handoff. Derrick Henry made a move, and Henry thought he had daylight, but he got about 8 yards. What a pickup for Derrick Henry. Able to just go through after he got shoestring tackled down low for 8 yards. And a 2nd and 2. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Will be probably the last play. They have to get to the 35. Tannehill motions, no play. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. But they're going to go for the play anyway. Referees never signaled it down. The Colts are saying this play never should have happened. The Colts are saying that play should have never happened because the quarter was over when they snapped the ball. Rivers is yelling about it. We'll see. I don't think I've seen this. We'll see what happens because the Colts said the quarter's over. And the play stands right now for, I think, might have been a first down. Referees are going to have to look at this. Again, I'm not trying to be pro-Colts even though I have the hat up, but this should not be a play that happens. That play was run right after right after the first quarter was like over.
Traditions may look a little bit different this year, but that doesn't mean we can't make it special, meaningful, or
So wait for a second quarter to start for all of this wonderful suspense
there are some things
to happen.
that always stay the same. The smile, giving back to loved ones, the magic. This holiday season, we're celebrating the magic of home. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
This year, Christmas might be extra uncomfy. But if there's anyone who can put the year back on a nice list, it's still
Still waiting. I'll tell you guys when we're live.
salvage this season with Yuletide tested gear. Only at Duluth Trading.
I got this mountain bike for only $11.
DealDash.com, the fair and honest bidding site. An iPad worth $505 was sold for less than $24, a PlayStation 4 for less than $16, and a Schultz 4K television for less than $2.
I want these Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3 suitcases for less than $40.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
We have a feeling that New York intervened during the break. You see the game clock run out. The Colts defense, they're going, okay, well, Tennessee just trying to draw us offside, so don't jump. They didn't jump. Game clock expires, but they lose.
And so they did recheck it, they did relook at it, and they did say, as we were saying, that play did not happen. After the quarter had ended, and yes, New York looked at it. Start of the second quarter now, 2nd and 2. So the play that didn't happen, we'll see if they go with a similar play. Derrick Henry loses yards. Colts were ready for that. They went for an outside run this time instead of an inside run. And 2nd and 2 will become 3rd and more than that. Able to push back. Oh, well, he said that he didn't lose yards. He just didn't gain any. That's the call. So it's still 3rd and 2. We'll see if Now they're going to have to go for a pass. Yeah, they don't go for the run. Usually they want to go Derrick Henry in short yardage situations. Tight end goes through the passing formation. He's in the shotgun. Now they rush. Now they blitz. Throwing over the middle. Has a man who got hit close to the 40. That's Forrester. And the Titans pick up the first down.
It's hard when you do play man coverage. You gotta expect these shallow crossers, and somebody's trying to pick you off, and you gotta navigate all that as a defender.
A crossing route up the middle is what the Titans are able to get. Tannehill under center. Play action fake. Tannehill away. Tannehill rushes. Tannehill is sacked by Stewart. But a penalty flag has been tossed onto the field, and it might be because Stewart just viciously ripped Tannehill. No, they go for defensive holding is the call against TJ Carey for the Colts, and let's see where this happens. Oh, he wasn't holding, but the broadcaster, Troy Aikman, was saying that possibly it was another player down the field that was holding that they missed it. Here's a pitch backwards for Henry. Derrick Henry has daylight. Henry stiff arm. Henry still going, and then brought out of bounds at the Indianapolis bench. And Tennessee marches into Colts territory. Henry made a juke or stiff arm and pushed, and he didn't go down until he was actually out of bounds. They were trying to go low on him, and you can't go low on – you have to go full tackle right on him. You can't go too high on him because you'll probably just miss him completely. You can't go low because he'll just run right through you. He's that type of running back, one of those special running backs that combine power, speed, and skill. Tannehill, play action, fakes it. Tannehill throws while getting hit, and he got it away. He was looking for Davis out of bounds, and the Colts have ramped up the hits and the hurries on Ryan Tannehill. And he stepped up, but DeForest Buckner went right up the middle. Former San Francisco 49er. Played his college football at Oregon University. And he rushed the pass. And he was one of the reasons that there was no clean throw. Henry's in the backfield. Tannehill looks for Henry. Goes right to him. Henry gets a few. I think 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. You take a look at the rush yards this guy has had all seasons by a game. He had 212 in one game. The lowest he had was 68, which is still a good night for most running backs, but that was last game against the Bengals, but for him, it's bad. Here's a throw to the side, and then he gets demolished by a corner. That was Dawson, was tackled by Willis by Indianapolis, and we'll see if they go for a field goal or go up 10-3. Stephen Gostkowski is going to have the kick. He's had some nice moments, and he's had some horrific ones. 50-yard field goal attempt. The hold is at the 40. Gostkowski's kick is good. Just good. Gostkowski right over the 2 goalposts, a 50-yarder. He used to be automatic from there. He's not really automatic from anywhere in this season, but he hits that one. Titans by 7 again.
5G just got real. iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
The iPhone is mini, the 5G is huge.
With the coverage of 5G nationwide, and in more cities, the performance of 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. Whoa, mobile gaming just got infinitely better. Pre-order iPhone 12 Pro Max today and get another on us. Live in the phone again. This is the 5G phone everyone wants on a 5G America's been waiting for. Only on Verizon.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too. Yep. One for you, and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
And I love that. You
I
love
love it.
Step up to GMC. Get 6,000 purchase cash on those 2020 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab models. We are professional grade GMC.
Another car?
Let's have a water this round, please. Take a water break and moderate your drinking on game day.
It's Black Friday now, only at Target. This week, save on Keurig, select Dyson, home games, and more. This week only. With new deals,
Still.
it's Black Friday now at Target.
This is for everyone who had a toasted cheddar chalupa and thought, wow, this is so good. I sure hope Taco Bell never takes it away. Because why would they do that? It's got cheddar toasted right on the shelf, for goodness sake. They wouldn't do me like that. Well, listen, I'm sure if for some reason it did leave the menu, they would definitely bring it back.
Wait, what?
The cheddar toasted shell you love is back with Taco Bell's $5 toasted cheddar chalupa box.
Tonight on NFL Football Access after the postgame, the battle for the top spot in the AFC South is the Colts and the Titans. Will the Titans run the show or will Indy flip the script? Tonight after the postgame.
Points are up.
11-12 left in quarter two. Titans will kick this off.
So far tonight.
Put it to the end zone. It would take him past the 10, past the 15, to the 20. And that'll be all as he was curling to the side of the kick returner.
What we're seeing with regard to trends with the penalties being down. Well, you're seeing what the officials were told to do right off the bat this year was to make their calls clear and obvious. And in the areas where they decline so much offensive holding, is there less holding going on? Probably not. But the standard now, the restriction is greater. The ones away from the point of attack aren't being called. And then, of course, offensive pass interference. Look at the decline there. So that adds to more points, and there's even been more defensive pass interference called. So that's a big reason why there are more points in the game so far.
Rivers in the shotgun. Rivers motions. They're talking about penalties. I was listening to talk on as he throws this one to Hines. Hines off the screen. Hines past 3 tackles. Hines spins. Hines the first down. A screen past the 30. And just like that, the Colts, as they have been doing on their drives, convert very well on their first play. Rivers in the shotgun. Rivers throws over the middle, almost caught, and then it was almost intercepted. The linebacker did good deflection, Brown, to not allow Hines to have a real play on the ball. The clock will stop it at 2nd and 10. Sorry for that voice crack. And it was also deflected down the line. Actually, that ball kind of bobbles its way loose to the ground, and the reason why was it was deflected by a defensive lineman. Still got to Hines. Still could have been caught, but you always have to note that. Indianapolis has 88 passing yards to Tennessee's 76. Tennessee leads by 7, though. Excuse me. Hines takes a run play for a bunch of yards, but it'll be 3rd and short. Colts have to get to the 41-yard line of Indianapolis. 3rd and 1. Rivers is in the shotgun, but Hines is in the backfield. Fakes it to Hines. Rivers throws it down the field wide open and to the 30-yard line. Goes Pittman. Pittman was just so wide open. The coverage was just burst. There was a Titan that was there, but Titan was ahead of him, like in front of him, not even guarding the pass. That was the closest defender. So now, where they were at the 39 of their own, they are at the Tennessee 31. That is tipped and hit. Volleyball spiked back by the defensive line. So it could have been a good pass. Simmons destroys and forces 2nd and 10. The second straight first play of a 1st and 10 that has gone awry. And the second straight time a first play of a 1st and 10 has been dealt because of a defensive line deflection by the Titans. Rivers knows he doesn't want to take too many sacks here as well, so he stays in the shotgun, has Hines there. Shotgun snap, Rivers. Screen to Taylor, who broke a tackle, spins. Taylor pushing, then trying to jar the ball out of him. He doesn't. They don't get it. They don't get the ball at about the. I think they're going to put him at the. What a spin! He spin trucked. I've never seen that. He spun and hit and trucked the corner Howard, and so Indianapolis will be now at the Titans' 17-yard line, I believe. Yes. They have to get to the Titans' 7. They try the outside run. That'll get 3 or 4 by Butler, and he went out of bounds, but not like step out of bounds. It's just brought by the out of bounds line, so the clock does not stop, although that's not too much of a factor right now for either team. We still have the 3-2 ratio of timeouts that are in favor of the Titans. The Colts are down by 7. 2nd and 6 for Indianapolis. Rivers in the shotgun. Rivers took a low snap. Rivers throws it. Has there for a touchdown, Indianapolis. It's Hines. Nyheim Hines off of a short pass to the sideline. This time the Colts on their 3rd drive of the game get the touchdown. The 3rd time they've reached the red zone on these tries. And this time they get the touchdown. They are an extra point. We'll see if the hit goes down. It looks like the ball's across before it does. This would make... Oh, yeah, that's a touchdown. And if it's not a touchdown, the ball's literally at the white line. Yeah, to me, this is a definite touchdown for Hines. Never steps out of bounds. Oh, they'll look at that. That's not. I did not see that. To see if possibly did Hines step out of bounds at some point. They're going to go to commercial and check the play. Now, they just had to get a 1st down. So that gets a 1st down. So if they don't get it, it would be 1st and goal from the 1 if they're saying the hip and if they're saying the hip or elbow. If they say the toe, which I thought, I think it would be the 1st and goal from the 3. Or they stay with the call on the field as a touchdown, which I think they'll go with. And then if an extra point is kicked and made, we would be tied at 10.
It's just that it's 11. Yes, it is. you up. Nature Made helps you end the night. Our extended release melatonin helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too. You know, one for you, one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like that. Shop early and enjoy GFC Black Friday offers all month long. Pay no interest for 84 months on those 2020 Acadia and Terrain models. We are professional grade EMC. NFL Game Day morning. Josh Allen previews the Bills shootout with the Cardinals. Let's go! And Devontae Adams tells us why he's the best receiver in the game. Touchdown! NFL Game Day morning. Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
During the break, they confirmed the call of touchdown.
And it is a touchdown. It is confirmed with 7:49 left in the quarter and in the half. It is a touchdown. So this will be an extra point to tie this battle for AFC South supremacy. The first of two meetings, the second from in Indianapolis later in the year. One I'll probably not broadcast. Snap, they went to block it, and the kick is up and good. Both special teams of these teams are very active when they get off the line.
To come down here to Nashville. It's always fun just to be in Nashville anyway, but we were excited to see this game, and so far it has lived up to all expectations. Yes, it sure has, and I know that Indianapolis has to be disappointed with that opening drive when they weren't able to come away with any points and they got stopped, but they're starting to get it going a little bit. I like the style.
Right, it showed the division right now, how it looks with Indianapolis and Tennessee, which I explained. My Houston Texans are slowly climbing, but I didn't expect them to make the playoffs. They probably won't. They're at third with 2-6. We just jumped ahead of the team they beat last week, Jacksonville, who's expecting to be in fourth place. I think Houston expected to have a drawback from last year where they had the conference final all written up until they blew a lead against Kansas City last year and were one of the better teams and had a great season the year before. We're expected to be a little not as great as they were after some of the decisions that they made with their general manager, coaches, Andrew Hopkins leaving. But I didn't think they expected to be this bad. Kick to the end zone, and it'll be a touchback as it is taken with a knee in the end zone.
32 points. Came back to win in overtime, 41-38, and then you were tied in eventually in the Super Bowl, your first win over Buffalo. That was wild card weekend. I was at home watching the game, and the Oilers were down. I mean, they were up so much that I just thought, well, this game's over, and I took a nap and woke up, and everybody said, hey, how about that game? I said, well, what do you mean? They said, well, the Bills came back and won. I said, there's no way.
Here's Rivers, rolls out, throws to Henry, screen. Derrick Henry made a few moves, gone right past the sideline, and then tackled down and played by him to make another pass play. And they've been using that a lot. They've been seeing that the passing plays to the running backs, as Indianapolis has done, it's a mirror effect. These teams mirror each other well because it's happened at the end of the Titans as well. The Titans have given up. The Titans have been able to move the ball with the running backs offensively, catching passes way efficiently, and so has Indianapolis. They've really been able to convert on it. That's actually worked better sometimes than some of these Henry runs. 2nd and 4, they go for Derrick Henry up the side. Henry pushes a few tacklers, then gets close to the 40. They'll mark him at the Tennessee 39, and it'll be first down. Now remember that as the Titans try to control the ball and see if they can score their points in this, as this second quarter winds down, this first half, again also kicking off the ball to Indianapolis in the second half. They have all 3 timeouts to use if they'd like to. Brown is at the right of the screen at the right wide out position. Play action fake. Rivers screen. Tapped out of bounds past Henry. Houston was on the coverage. And it would be incomplete, which forces 2nd and 10. There might have been a neutral zone infraction. Penalties on the field. Flags on the field, excuse me. Henry gets a few. They're waving it off. I think they had a Colt in the neutral zone. And interestingly enough, as they were getting ready to run the play, Trakeman was talking about the fact that Indianapolis doesn't make many mistakes. They might have had. And there is. So DeForest Buckner was in the neutral zone. They called him offside, so they will run this play again. It'll be 2nd and 5. And when it was 2nd and 10, here's the handoff to Henry. Henry up the middle. He's short of the first down. It'll create 3rd down, but another penalty is on the field. This one looks to be against Tennessee. Another offside against the defense, which results in another first down. This is 2 straight offsides. And it might have been against the same player, but Saffold, the big lineman, is right now injured. So they're going to go to injury timeout, 5:59 left. 2 terrible Indianapolis penalties have given a first down to the Titans. Give me 1 second.
Mom! Yeah? I fell. Okay, there's bandages in the cabinet. I'm bleeding. Grab 2.
Sheba, what gets one?
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky. And this is not your parents' braces. And this is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign. Okay, let's see where you go, Oculus.
Just looking for these headphones that I had while we wait for the commercial break to come back. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this game to come back, and then I will be right with you guys. All right, fitting. It is back. Here's a throw over the middle to Brown, and Brown dropped it as his way through.
came in for him in that game. What a personal guy he is to be able to play center. It's good that Ben Jones got back on the field. Because now others like to say, he gets over the guard.
Here's Tannehill, gives to Derrick Henry. Henry up the side. Henry stiff arm, and then he'll get the first down and trot out of bounds, which causes the crowd here in Nashville to erupt. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. Tannehill in the shotgun. Tannehill stepping up, throws over the middle, has his man close to the 15. And it's Corey Davis. Here is the pitch. Tannehill to Henry. Henry stopped up. Henry is stacked behind the line. And they show Corey Davis helped on that block there, even though Henry was not able to get through the line. Here's Tannehill throwing it on the side for the pass. He got wrecked down. That was Gatson for the end zone. Probably would have caught it if he didn't got hit. If he wasn't hit, but they look like they call pass interference here down the side. With the grabbing, it's the holding. That's what they're calling, not the fact that he rammed them. The holding. And no, instead of holding, they give him the pass interference. And because that's an end zone play, I think that'll be at the 1. The broadcasters don't agree with the call. I mean, as much as this negatively impacts Indianapolis, you don't want a penalty like that to really negatively impact the team. It's the right call, though. I probably would have given it defensive holding, not pass interference. But he's really not happy with the call, obviously. First and 10 from the 1. First 10 from the 1. First and goal from the 1. Handoff. Derrick Henry goes nowhere. The inside runs that Derrick Henry started out quite efficient and quite well for Tennessee. It has not been that way later in this game. They're going to get second and goal with a stop up the middle. Here is Tannehill throwing over the middle, dropped by Brown, and all of a sudden it's third down, but a penalty flag is tossed onto the field. We'll see if this goes against the Colts. Roughing the passer is the call, so first and goal from the 1. A roughing the passer call against the Colts. Puts the ball on the 1-yard line when it looked like they had third and goal defensively. I don't think this will be a Derrick Henry run up the middle, but it might involve Derrick Henry. I see this as probably being a play-action play, possibly looking for Davis in there. They run around a sweep to the tight end, Smith. Touchdown, Tennessee. And the Titans go ahead by 6 again. Extra point to come. A late touchdown as well. Which is pretty fitting, something that they needed. And I'd say they probably needed it quite quickly with 2:54 to go in the game. In the half, excuse me. The kick is good.
Right. Athanasiou comes with speed.
Hold on, that's something else. 17-10 in favor of Tennessee. Phil Rivers has the most consecutive starts for any active quarterback, the second most ever behind Brett Favre. He's got 315. This guy's got 244, which is still, it's a ways behind Favre, but 244 consecutive starts in the NFL at quarterback. It's unbelievable.
Single week, he and Philip Rivers, it's one of the things that impresses me the most about these streaks, just because I've missed so many games, with injury during my career.
Here's the kick. This one aloft at the end zone. It will be taken past the 10, past the 15, to the 20, and stacked at the 24. As now they're trying to wrestle Tennessee players off. Tennessee thinks there's a fumble. There's not. Now we got pushing and shoving. Now they want calls for penalties. No flag has been thrown. It all happened because of some pushing and shoving, which added more pushing and shoving, which added more bickering by Indianapolis. And now they show a play in the extra point, which was never actually called. Rodgers hitting the kicker with the shoulder. Oh, or maybe it was. First and 10 with 2:47 left in the half. Indianapolis trails by a touchdown. Rivers in the shotgun. Rivers throws over the middle, and he's got a first down. T.Y. Hilton. Not been really able to utilize T.Y. Hilton's game-breaking speed, but he's got a few targets, and he's caught a few passes. I'm wondering when Indianapolis, as Hines will get a few, are going to go for the home run ball here. Second and a few. Now, Indianapolis obviously wants to do great things here on their drive, but they will be getting the ball back. At the start of the half, Rivers motioning, will not get the snap off. We're going to the 2-minute warning, 2nd and 7 in Colts territory.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
One for you, one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
And I love that. You love
I love it.
Step up to GMC and get $6,000 purchase cash on those 2020 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab models. We are professional grade GMC.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Yeah, that's some perks.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Remember to pay the favor with some field passes. Come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. the real deal? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Burger King, when you order a 2 for $5, you might get a side of PS5.
Yeah, still waiting here for this have to come back. This 2-minute warning.
It's a long season. How do you unwind? Well, I grab a Corona, go on, and I watch football. And that is it.
KJ Beach. Verizon 5G is here with the coverage of 5G nationwide and in more and more cities. The unprecedented performance of 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world, just like 5G. The Vikings down the
We are at commercial right now, waiting for this 2-minute warning to commence and see what Indianapolis does at 2nd and 7 in Colts territory.
Week 10 of the NFL season continues Sunday on Fox. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Stream games online with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps. Colts have 234 yards of offense, but trailing by 7. Second down and 7. 2 timeouts left.
All right, here we go. A screen pass that Compton did not get. Pascal got the ball, then got tripped up for a few. So it'll be 3rd and 4. Which they're a little past their yardage. Not in Tennessee territory yet. Not crazy close to midfield. But the first down marker is at the 45. So then they would be right there. If Rivers can get there, Rivers sidearm throw down. He turned out around the corner. The Colts have 2 timeouts. They get the first down, and they are past the Titans 40, needing a touchdown to tie the game. That would be epic too, specifically because, as I said, they're getting the pullback anyway. This is another time where less than a minute to go. You want to get points. Rivers throws over the middle, and they're going to stiff arm out of that from Hines. Hines picked up immediately. They have not called the timeout yet. Now, this is kind of where you look at it and go, now they will call timeout. 46 seconds left. Their second time out of the game. They have 1 to go. Where you look at what's happening and you go, yeah, you went for it on 4th down, 4th and inches. You can't go for it on any down here because if it's 4th down, because you got to take the points when you get the points because, you get the ball anyway. So if you can score – and it's funny, I keep saying that because I keep forgetting almost every stream we do. I keep always forgetting or not knowing who's getting the ball next. But now I do know. The Colts will get the ball. And the thing with the Colts getting the ball, the half, like, you just get any points, that would put you in just a great position. Colts are at the Titans 28. Here's Rivers, shotgun, 2nd and 2. Phillip Rivers steps up in the pocket. Rivers evades a sack. Rivers throws. Incomplete, and it bobbles out of bounds. No one was there. A corner dive, but nobody even got it. Clock will stop at 40 seconds, 3rd and 2. They would have still been in good field goal range had he had that sack work, but he kept the yardage after he was getting pummeled. Here's Rivers in the shotgun. Rivers, sidearm throw to Hilton, who steps out of bounds, gets the pass, gets the catch, and simply steps out of bounds, and it only cost him 4 seconds for a first down play. What great clock management by Indianapolis. They evade a sack. and there's only 2 seconds that went off that play. Then they got a 3rd and 2, and they only waste 4 seconds off of that play, and I think it was a 7-yard gain. Rivers has thrown 8 different receivers tonight. 1st and 10 from the 22. Rivers goes for the touchdown and tie it for T.Y. Hilton, who wants a penalty, will not get one. So he went for the long bomb, and 1st and 10 becomes 2nd and 10. And I don't know. He got a lot of contact. I don't know if that's PI. I really don't. Yeah, I think it was right to make that call, but it was really physical coverage. And that takes 6 seconds off the clock. But granted, he was going for a deeper throw. Second and 10, Hines is in the backfield. Rivers, screen to Hines. Hines stays in. Hines will be tackled past, I think they'll put him at the 11-yard line. And Indianapolis will, as Hines is trying to hurry up, Indianapolis will call their final timeout. With 19 seconds, they have 2, possibly 3 plays, preferably all pass, unless the running back goes by the sideline, as that was Hines he went for anyway, to get a touchdown or get close for a touchdown. He's 18 of 25. Now 19 seconds becomes 21 seconds. So he's got 21 seconds to go. The Titans have had all their timeouts. They probably won't use any no matter what happens here. Rivers in the shotgun at the 11. That's why it's not a 1st and goal. First down marker is at the Tennessee 1. Here's Rivers. Throws a screen over to Hines, who gets about a yard, but is hauled out of bounds, which stops the clock. Bad mistake made by the former New Orleans Saint, Kenny Vaccaro, for Tennessee. It'll be 2nd and 8, and now there are more plays that can be run here due to the fact that the clock is stopped. It wouldn't have been great that, since, he picks up only 2, and it wouldn't have been great that the clock, only that, but the clock stopped. Where it wouldn't have if he was open in the field. Rivers evades a sack. No, he got brought down, and Rivers is saying, clock it. We got to clock it now. I don't think they'll have a chance to get anything here. They got to clock this ball. They will with the 2nd left. Rivers took a bad sack and was able to clock the ball, and so they don't get the touchdown, but they are going to have a chance for a field goal attempt to put the Colts within 4. And Rivers took a sack that he didn't want to. He was looking, and then he just screamed, "We got to clock it. We can't just leave this happen." They were able to do it just with enough time, just with 1 second left. We'll see if Tennessee calls a timeout here. And now I believe they do. There's a penalty on the field. Now, if this is an Indianapolis penalty, now the field goal gets tougher. It's a false start against Chaz Green.
So there is no runoff. It just moves them back 5 yards. And it becomes a 43-yard tryout.
43-yard attempt for Blankenship. He would make it 17-13. They rush up the edge. Blankenship's kick is good. There's a penalty on the field, though, another one. If it's against the Colts, this would make the kick even tougher. Rivers and Wilkins are already walking in the locker room. They have not made the call. Here it is. It's an offside penalty against the Tennessee. So the Colts will get the field goal. And I believe they will get the ball back, as I was saying. And that was the Deontay Foreman touchdown they show. So Tennessee 17, Indianapolis 13. Colts are getting the ball, and they'll have a chance to take the lead. Down by 4. Into the first half. Here we go. Not too much to really talk about here at halftime, but we'll get to the second half of the third quarter, and we'll see if what Indianapolis can do in their drive. And imagine if they had scored a touchdown to tie it, but they are within 4. So that is pretty big.
Higher quality staples like softer loungewear for the gift of better mornings, warmer layers for the gift of a better winter, and cooler activewear for the gift of a better new year. Whatever you do, you'll be giving the gift of comfort that lasts, and any guy on your list could use more of that. Give comfort at MacWeldon.com.
The first 3 months, we saved $4,100.
CarShield saved me over $6,000 in repairs.
If your car is out of warranty, you need to call CarShield before an expensive breakdown. An engine, transmission, or computer system breakdown could cost you thousands of dollars, but not with CarShield, America's #1 car protection provider.
CarShield saved us $4,000.
They put a transmission in it and a motor. Who does that?
CarShield makes sure you don't have to pay for expensive car repairs. CarShield covers most makes and models from 5,000 to 150,000 miles.
We saved over $6,000 on a complete engine rebuild of our truck. It's like having a suit of armor around my car.
You'll also receive at no extra cost roadside assistance, towing services, and rental coverage.
If your car's out of warranty, believe me, you want to have caution.
Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. Call 800-948-6804, 800-948-6804.
To show you the power of the strongest duct tape on the planet, we took 700 pounds of dead weight versus a single loop of T-Rex brute force duct tape. Only one will survive this deadlift unscathed. Thanks to the unyielding strength of Forge-like technology, brute force is too strong to be torn by hand.
So we'll be waiting for this game, and
now, super glue tape sticks like a super glue without the mess. Welcome to the Toyota halftime. Let's go places.
so we'll wait for the second half to come back.
Halftime report. I talked about the creativity there, Tony. We've seen this really from the opening series by Tennessee. Yeah, well, coming into the game, it's like, okay, who are we going to stop? We're going to stop Derrick Henry, the big bad running back. And they went out there and said, okay, we're not really going to give them the ball only twice in that first quarter. You can see they came out throwing it to A.J. Brown over the middle right here. There's a great receiver. He's getting yards for 21 right there. Then Corey Davis, the quick slant, getting up the field. Remember up to this point, they didn't even give Henry the ball. Look at this right here. They light him in the backfield, bring no fake to him, and then wide open to the flat. That's such creativity by offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. Came out there, the Colts said, let's stop Derrick Henry.
let's go through some of the NFL right now. When I see no viewers on the stream, it's okay. It's halftime, not too much to see. But when there are, if you want to know, there are. Not if you want to know, but if you want it, I will back. I will explain more. I will re-say that who I have winning each game, whatever. Jacksonville plays Green Bay. Green Bay wins 38-21. Detroit beats Washington. Detroit wins 24-20. Houston plays Cleveland. Cleveland beats the Texans 39-30. Tampa Bay beats Carolina. Tampa Bay gets off the schneid and wins 35-3. 35-10. 35-10. Hey, you know what? For the sake of it, 35-17. Fine. Chargers, Dolphins. Chargers upset Miami 24-17. Broncos, Raiders. Raiders beat Denver 28-17. Cardinals beat Buffalo 34-31. New Orleans beats San Francisco 30-10. 30-10. Seattle beats Los Angeles Rams 28-20. Pittsburgh beats Cincinnati 35-28. I think it's going to be a closer game, people think. Also, 28-25, Seattle. The Giants beat the Eagles at home 17-10. 17-14, no. 17-14. New England loses to Baltimore 31-17. And Chicago beats Minnesota 31-20. So those are all the games. New York Jets are on a bye. Kansas City Chiefs are on a bye. Dallas Cowboys and Atlanta Falcons. So I'll talk more probably when we get closer to the half's end.
One of the things you found out, the kryptonite for Tampa Bay is what? The New Orleans Saints defense. They got all in Brady's face. And I don't care how great you are, if you don't have time to throw it and you get hit a lot, you're gonna make mistakes. And that when Tom rolled right and threw that ball back across the field, and all of my years of watching him, I've never seen him do that. He was very frustrated. And here's the problem: they lost New Orleans twice. Yeah, which means they lose all the tiebreakers. Right. Which means they're probably going to be a wild card, and every game will be on the road in the playoffs. He got a lot harder just by losing that game. But they got a chance to come back Sunday. We'll see if the Titans defense can prevent.
Second half coming up next, guys. Just if you guys are wondering, 17-13. Colts will get the ball down by 4.
During Sunday's action, Cavs on the lead with highlights of an in-progress game. See the cool call. NFL Game Live, Sunday at 1 on NFL Network. Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 layers of pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Traditions may look a little bit different this year, but that doesn't mean we can't make it special, meaningful, or whimsically
little creativity is in order. The festivities are going to be dazzling. There are some things that will always stay the same. The smiles, giving back to loved ones, the magic. This holiday season, we're celebrating the magic of home. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
When was the last time you checked in on your heart? With Cardio Mobile, their personal EKG device, you can check it from home using your smartphone.
I use Cardio Mobile every day, sometimes twice a day.
Every morning I check to make sure I'm in good shape. It makes me feel pretty good about my heart condition.
It's a complete game changer. I mean, you might as well be in a doctor's office.
There's a way that I can communicate with patients now in a way I never could before. They have their own EKG in their pocket.
With Cardio Mobile, the FDA-cleared personal EKG device, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. Cardio Mobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke, and it can also detect normal heart rate, bradycardia.
We're waiting here. We're waiting here for this game. This have to resume, and then we'll do that.
It's never been more important to check your heart at home. Cardio Mobile is now available for just $89. Order at cardiomobile.com or Amazon.
At Humana, we believe your health care should evolve with you. And part of that evolution means choosing the right benefit plan for you. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits, but you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and co-insurance, but you may pay higher premiums and still not get prescription drug coverage. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits. You get all this coverage for as low as a $0 monthly plan premium in many areas. Humana has a large network of doctors.
Still waiting, guys.
And telehealth coverage with a $0 copay. So call or go online today and get your free decision guide. Discover how an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan could save you money. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Stop your cough from interrupting with Dayquil Cough and Congestion. Its max strength formula coats your throat and provides powerful relief. New Dayquil Cough and Congestion. The max coat daytime power through your cough medicine.
That was tonight's Heat Flow brought to you by Progressive. Welcome back to Nashville 4-point game at the half. And now back inside booth. I'm Joe Buck. That's the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. Indianapolis about to get the ball back here to start the second half.
I didn't
30, they were able to make it.
see the breaking COVID thing, or breaking pandemic thing. I don't know.
I mean, it did a good job on
Right now, just waiting for this half to come back. I think it just did, so that's good, of course.
second half. They ran off a lot of plays, like you said. Just other than the one time, not able to punch it into the end zone. But this game is the way that we anticipated coming in. Colts ran 41 offensive plays in the first half to the Titans 25.
And the kickoff to the end zone, taken past the 10 to the 15, past the 20, knocked down at the 25. And that's 5 seconds off the clock, and it'll be 1st and 10.
For the Colts in this game, Frank Reich loves the no-huddle. He's got great rhythm, great tempo, and Phillip Rivers is spreading the ball around, but he's also got great control out there. And the fact that they were able to get the run game going from the no-huddle is key because they want to continue to mix things up in the second half defensively. Just want them to stay patient because they've got a great running back, they've got a great quarterback. They're going to be able to make plays. You just have to stay with them.
Rivers in the shotgun. They put him at the 26-yard line. He's at the line of scrimmage, thrown over the middle. And he gets Trey Burton, former Eagle, to the 40-yard line. of Indianapolis. So the Colts will move the ball just like that. Rivers under center. Hands it off to Hines, a stiff arm, and a 14-yard gain. That will put them right outside of the 50-yard line. No, it'll pass the 50-yard line, actually. Right to the 46 of Tennessee, just like that. Colts moving the ball. 223 passing yards for Phillip Rivers. No interceptions. 1 touchdown pass. Rivers, handoff to Hines. Hines fakes it, goes to the left side, past the sideline. Hines will step past the 35 and then waltz out of bounds. First down for the Colts. Here's a handoff to Hines, who loses yards behind the 35. Put him at the 36, second and long. Hines comes out of the backfield, and he'll work on the left outlet. No one in the slot, but they do have a tight end out there and 2 receivers back now. They break more. Here's Rivers, heaves it down the field. Intercepted. Did he get both feet out? He did not get both feet down. That was Malcolm Butler, who would have had a great toe tap interception in the end zone. And he would have put the ball at the 25. Let's see. Butler has the catch. He's got 1 out of bounds, 1 foot down in the end zone. That is an interception. Not an interception, incompletion. And the referee completely had that correct. As he clearly, that's a college interception, but it's not an NFL interception. Actually, it might have not been a college either, because he might have had his both feet down at the same time, which if the one toe hits the out of bound line before, it's bounds. Here's Rivers, shotgun, throws to the side, and then heaved short of the first down marker, short of the 20. Put him at the 23-yard line. They probably won't go for it, but a field goal here would put the Colts within 1. Now, this would be their 3rd attempt on 4th down. I wouldn't go for it. They're going for it. They're going for it on 4th and 2. I would not go for it here. I would kick the field goal, take the points. This would be the 3rd time as they stack the box for Tennessee for Indianapolis to go for it. They motion. Continue. Here in the shotgun. Try to draw Tennessee. No, they're going for it for real. Rivers throws. Gets the first down on 3rd down. It's Pascal. Past the 15-yard line. Or past the 20. Excuse me, not past the 15, past the 20. They'll get him at the 16-yard line for Indianapolis. 1st and 10. They have to get to the 6. Omaha, so it's a play with the running back. They got a few. Rivers got a few on a pass for Alcox. And it'll be 2nd and long. Second and 8. Here's Rivers under center. He's got Pittman to the left. And he gives the handoff, which gets right back to the line of scrimmage. The running game, again, has started bad. But they've got a real great drive here. As Jones there makes the tackle. Here is Rivers, throws over the middle. The Pittman is short of the first down. Now here, I actually don't mind going for it on fourth down. We'll see if they go for it for a fourth time in this game for fourth down. 4th and 1. They're at the 6. They got to get to the 5. Shotgun snap, handoff. They get the first down. Indianapolis moves the chains. So they're 2 for 2 on fourth down. You don't ever see those numbers in a regular season game, especially one with a score this low. So now they're at the 5. 1st and goal. Colts to try to take the lead here, looking for the screen the whole way. Had it, and then they missed the tackle, and then he got about 2. This Rivers eyed the screen the whole way. You knew he was going there, and I think the Titans knew he was going there too. So it was just too obvious for Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Here's Rivers. Sweeps it. Pascal pulled into the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. And for the first time, Indianapolis leads. Zachary Pascal. A sweep, and they had to go for fourth down twice on the opening drive of the second half. But unlike the opening drive in the first half, both times worked. Well, actually, that was happening the last time. They went for it twice. I forgot that they had actually went for it twice. They're actually 3 of 5, not 2 of 4, if I remember correctly. But anyway, they were able to convert both times and then work their way into the end zone. And they lead by 2. This would make it, with the extra point, a 3-point lead, field goal lead. And now they're looking at the play to see if he was in. If not, it would be 3rd and 1. It looks like they're going to make it 3rd and 1, but we'll see. They're going to commercial right now.
Protecting every single yard of your home.
I did use your shampoo, I'm sorry.
Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places. I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with the coverage of 5G nationwide, and in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance from ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for. Only from Verizon.
Still waiting right now at break. for this game.
Big brothers, big sisters. These NFL brothers decided to teach more than one.
If we can see it,
We can be it.
It takes all of us to end racism and hate. Keep moving the sticks.
Thursday Night Football on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
During the break, the announcement came that indeed Pascal was short.
And Pascal was short of the line to gain, everybody. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Rivers in the shotgun. Rivers handoff. They push ahead. They had it, and then they lost the end zone completely. We'll see where they put him. And we'll see if they go for another 4th down. Because it's 4th and goal, very close in. Again, they had to push a little bit, and then he began to lose yardage. It looked like they were at, I want to say the 2. It looked like he would have had at least a yard on the play before he started getting pushed out. So now we've got 4th and goal. There's a running back there, still at the 1. Actually gained no yards on the play. Still at the 1. They go possibly a sweep, run up the middle. Is he in? He looked like he was in. He looked like he was in, but then it was stopped. Williams looked like he got in, but then Tennessee must have made a great play, and that also took a lot of clock off in the 3rd quarter. 7:24 to go. We'll see, did he ever get in? Because it looked like at one point he had gotten in. We'll see. He pushes through. Never. He never got even close. Now, the big note here is they don't get the touchdown to move up. They don't get the touchdown to move up. They don't get any points. But Tennessee is at the 1-yard line. You know they're going to run this. Tannehill for Henry. Derrick Henry pushing out of the end zone. He does get out of the end zone.
Last year here on a Thursday night is 5. This Tennessee defense, Joe, they are coming off a good game against Chicago. I know Chicago's had their problems offensively, and so there's always this but. And then they come in against the Colts, and I know the Colts, they've had some issues as well. But with all the question marks, they've got good players, and they're not playing to the level.
That's right. She said it was 2 weeks ago. Last week was Chicago, where they narrowly won. Here's a handoff to Henry. Derrick Henry eats it. Looks like he got a 1st down out of the play.
First down, and that's big time right there. When you're backed up as an offense, you're just looking for 1 first down. I mean, that's all you're wanting, and they're able to keep the ball on the ground, and they pick it up. Now let's go. Now they can let the entire playbook come into play and let it rip. Think about the changes this offensive line.
Under the center, they stack the offensive line again. Here's Tannehill. Tannehill, toss to Henry. Derrick Henry goes outside, stiff arms a man, and then gets a ton of yards before it becomes 2nd and short as the clock will run here in quarter 3. We've seen some of these plays, like, really, it's been thinking that Indianapolis has had these chances on these 4th downs. If the Colts lose this game, they're definitely going to have to work on their 4th down goal line plays at practice. Henry is stuffed. 2nd and 1 becomes 2nd and none. And it's actually going to become about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. They say he gained nothing. So he didn't lose yards. That was Foreman. And interestingly enough, Henry is on the bench here. So Foreman is back, who scored the 1st touchdown. Here is Rivers getting out of there. Or excuse me, Tannehill getting out of there. Tannehill sacked at the 10-yard line. And it is now 4th down. And because they lost so much, they're not going to go for a 4th down, especially because how they are in their territory, how back they are. So a 3-and-out. Well, not exactly 3-and-out. They got the 1st down, but then weren't able to get too much else as the Colts come up with a huge sack. And now they're going to have to punt Daniel from the end zone. Daniel goes, almost was blocked, but this punt. Where did that ball go? I'm sorry, the punt, Daniel punted this ball 17 yards because it went off of a Colts body. It did get blocked. So that means that the Colts are going to get it at, I think, the Tennessee 17-yard line. Instant red zone chance. This is exciting. We'll be back after the commercial late in quarter 3. Give me 1 second right now. I just got to replace something. I don't eat, I eat dinner when I stream, so I haven't eaten today.
Nachos topped with all your favorites. Nachos Party Pack, only at Taco Bell. Get yours with Taco Bell delivery.
Did you know that some aluminum-free deodorants only mask odor? Secret aluminum-free helps eliminate odor instead of just masking it. And is made with 3 times more odor fighters. With Secret, keep it fresh every day. Secret.
Back on the Corona Hotline Show, Superfan Jeremy. Jeremy, it's a long season. How do you unwind? Well, I grab a Corona, go on, and I watch football. And that is it. We're here for Inside Access, the best player in the league right now. Wow, that was out of control. And Fantasy Insight.
Dual threat, high ceiling.
We're here on game day. I gotta carry it 40 times out there. And every day, NFL Network. We're here for football.
Hey, Josh. Nice to see you, man. I know you had your game today. You had work, obviously, but you had your game today. I hope you're – you finished working. Obviously, you got everything go. Okay. Rivers, handoff through Hines up the middle. So you missed a lot of crazy stuff. Nice. Congratulations, man. How'd you do? Any points? Any goals? What happened? Also, a lot of 4th down attempts. This game has been crazy. Back and forth, back and forth. Tennessee has the lead right now. They were down about earlier in the 3rd quarter, but the guy's knee was said to be down. So the Titans held on 4th down. Then the Colts had a 3-and-out, and they had to punt from their end zone, and the punt was blocked as the Colts are bringing this to the 10, bringing this close to the 5, down at the 2-yard line, Pittman Jr. And so a bad punt was 17 yards, and the Colts have just brought the ball from the 31 to the 2-yard line from the Tennessee 31. It was an end-around play by Pittman. Right now, the score is – oh, that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. Here's Rivers stepping up. Rivers has the screen. He's going to lob it. A Tennessee defender goes down, Butler. And again, Rivers looking through to the screen, looking, and if they can see your eyes at the guy, they're going to cover. So he did not have the pass that he thought he had. Probably would have had to look it quicker, and I think he saw a certain route that just never manifested. Tight end was kind of lazy on the cut, too. So 2:55 to go in the third quarter. Indianapolis trails by 4. Rivers in the shotgun. Gets the shotgun snap, hands it off. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's Hines' second rushing touchdown of the game. This one is good. He definitely got in, and Daniel the punter should be rejected because of the yardage that he had given up off of that punt. So it wasn't really his fault. He was deep in the end zone, and punting is a difficult job anyway. But Hines runs through Butler and scores his touchdown. So the Colts again jump up 2. A field goal, an extra point. To give the Colts a 3-point lead. Snap. Kick is good, and now the Colts have a legal lead. Indianapolis 20, Tennessee 17. They'll be kicking off. Also, since you're here, I'll go through it now, Josh, since you're here, because I went through it before, but I mean, you weren't here, so I'll do it now. NFL predictions for next season. Oh, it was a breakaway, and I didn't even know it was this late in the period. I took my time in the shot. Yeah. So I let it only go down. Let him go down. Wait. He's down, and boom. And shoot it. But didn't realize how much clock was up there. When I have a chance, when I play basketball and I'm bringing the ball up the court, I usually try to look at the clock, specifically when we're late in the game. I've had instances, playoff games, where we're only up by 5 and we want to control the ball, where I'll specifically dribble and I'll try to look up at the clock as much as possible so I can have an idea of where I want to be. Yeah, so since you're here, Josh, we'll do the schedule, the games again for this week. So just just message me on YouTube and let me know when you're ready for to predict. When you're ready to hear mine. And okay. Jacksonville versus Green Bay. I have Green Bay winning. I want to say, I forget. I think I said like 38-17 or something. So Green Bay winning. Yeah, that's the first one. Green Bay, Jacksonville. Green Bay wins 38-17. Detroit plays Washington. Detroit wins 24-20. Detroit 24-20 over Washington. Houston plays Cleveland, and Cleveland wins 39-30 over the Texans. The Tampa plays Carolina. Tampa wins 41-17. 35-17, not 41. 35-17. Chargers beat Miami 24-21. Last one until the game starts up again. Raiders beat Denver 31-20. Wow, it's Denver, not. Oh, you're still in the Chargers game. Okay. The Chargers winning as I do, and I see the Raiders win 31-20 against 31-21 actually. 31-21 against the Denver Broncos. This is out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So when this game goes to commercial again, I'll resume some of the games that I was doing. Rivers in the shotgun play action fake, throws over the middle. Or Tannehill in the shotgun play action fake, throws over the middle, and missed Smith on the sideline. Went for the big pass. And it's 2nd and 10. 2:46 to go in the third quarter. They trail for the first time. 100 total yards in the third quarter for Indianapolis, 9 for Tennessee. They have not been able to manufacture many yards. Henry goes nowhere. 2nd and 10. Looks like it'll be 3rd and 10. No gain on the play. As Xavier Rhodes makes the big tackle. Oh, my dad would not be happy if Denver won. LOL. Big game for all of our teams this week, too. Of course, is Tannehill's in the shotgun. Actually, they gave Henry a yard. 3rd and 9 from the 26-yard line. They blitz right over the middle. Oh, no, didn't even get it. I didn't know if the tight end would have gotten a first down or lost a yard, but no, he completely batted out of his hands, lost the ball. So now it will be a Titans punt again. Just a great deflection by Williams, who was able to get it away from the tight end, who was worried about catching it and getting the first down. And a great deflection. It is now 4th down. Daniel wants to really pin this punt. And I think that's what Tennessee needs. They don't need just a punt at the 20. They're going to need a punt that pins Indy. Daniel snaps it. Blocked! It was blocked! It's picked up by the Colts. Indianapolis touchdown! Thank you. Appreciate it. TJ Carey. And the first punt actually was blocked. It kind of shifted over the shoulder. This one's cleanly blocked. Like, it is just Daniel. It's not the kicker from the problem. It's the punter. Daniel gets this punt and it's just blocked off of the hands team, which no Titan is able to recover. Bobbled and then taken by TJ Carey. And it was Speed who had speed and blocked it. Carey grabbed it, bobbled it right before he went to the end zone, and then he was able to hop in and has given the Colts insurance. Yes, a touchdown. A block at the 26-yard line of Tennessee and fumble to the end zone. And Indy is up by 10 with an extra point correct. That's right. I forgot. You can't hear me over the horn. Yeah, I'll do the analysis now. It was a touchdown. Tennessee went to punt at the 26-yard line, and this guy named Speed came by. I know, because I turned the horn off. This guy named Speed came around and blocked the punt. Like the first punt that I said was blocked before you came onto the stream. It went off of a shoulder. It wasn't even supposed to be blocked. It kind of went off of a shoulder, and it was still in the air. It just made it almost like a deflection like this off the defensive lineman, kind of like that. This one was a clean block, and Speed comes around the edge from the right side, just curls back and just leaps forward onto the ball and causes the ball to careen behind the punter, Daniel, and it was then picked up by TJ Carey, who ran it to the end zone, kind of bobbled it at about the 5-yard line, but then tucked it under and scooted into the end zone. So 4th down, as I was saying before, they needed an exceptional punt. They get the complete opposite, a touchdown off the punt. So Tennessee's getting the ball back, but they give up a touchdown on a blocked punt. So now they're down by 10. 27-17. Late in third quarter. Okay, let's get back to the games. Buffalo and Arizona. I have that game being 31-20, as opposed to the 31-21 game, in favor of the Cardinals. Cardinals, Bills, I pick 31-20 Arizona at home.
Don't take the Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're
San Francisco versus New Orleans.
taking Jardiance with a self-one-year
I picked the New Orleans Saints to win 31-17. Same score as the Super Bowl when they won it. Seattle against the Rams. Seattle 28, Rams 20. If you want to put in your picks of those games, go ahead and do that. Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. 27-20 in favor of Pittsburgh. We'll get 3 of the last games done when there's another stoppage. 1:52 left. Indianapolis up by 10. And this will be returned out of the end zone past the 20 and shelved at the 22. Yeah. I say it's close, but Pittsburgh wins. How about 3 games also? Buffalo, Arizona, San Francisco, New Orleans, and Seattle, LA. I have Arizona winning 31-20. New Orleans winning 31-17, and Seattle winning 28-20. Here's the handoff for no gain. Wow, what a high-scoring game that would be. I mean, they can do it, but Henry for not much. Well, they'll give him 3, actually. Okay. And then the other game is New Orleans and San Francisco. And then we'll get the 3 others after this game goes to a break. Tannehill up the middle, finds a tight end as Henry actually got hit. He thought Henry was there, and Tannehill absolutely got rocked. And the hitting really didn't work as much earlier on. They had a lot of penalties against Indianapolis, but now it's starting to pay off. It's starting to pay off. Justin Houston right up the middle. And also, Josh, there we go. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for New Orleans, San Francisco. Tell me. 3rd and 1. Tannehill in the shotgun. 16 dropbacks, 6 knockdowns, 1 sack against him. In favor of the Saints, Henry. Henry got away. Derrick Henry to the 40-yard line after a big, stiff arm. And the Titans move the chains. Also, yes, the Saints. Okay. We'll do the 3 other scores once we get to, again, as a break. We're going to get there close because this game is, 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, I think. There's not much. No, end of the 3rd quarter. End of the 3rd quarter. So we'll get the 4th quarter. Indianapolis 27. Tennessee 17 in silent Nashville. Okay, we'll go with the Monday night team since the 2 other games that I didn't announce are both our top teams. Well, my top team and your top team. So we'll go with the Monday night game that we don't really care about first. Minnesota and Chicago. Minnesota and Chicago, I pick the Bears to win. I would say probably 24-23 in favor of the Bears for that game.
So if your vehicle has 5,000 to 150,000 miles, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck.
Yeah, just waiting for you to tell me the score of that game so we can get into the 2 big games. But I say 24-23 Chicago. Okay, 26-20 Bears in overtime in Chicago. All right. Okay, so the Giants and the Eagles. New York finds a way to take down Philadelphia, who, it should be noted, they have less losses than the Giants have, but they have a bye, and they also tied one of their games against one of the worst teams in the league. So the Giants will find a way to win, and the Giants will win 21-17 over Philadelphia. So they remember that horrible ending in Philadelphia. They're going to find a way to win at home. 21-17 against the Eagles. So get that. Okay, 22-19. All right, final game. In Gillette Stadium in New England, the Baltimore Ravens and your Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. This is, to me, 35-10 Baltimore. 35-10 Baltimore final. That's my final score of that game. 35-10 Ravens. So that's the last game. Okay, you have less points by New England and more points by Baltimore, but it's basically the same story. Henry up the middle. Henry burst past the 50 to the 46-yard line of Indianapolis just as this fourth quarter started. And that'll be a first down immediately for the Titans. And they're going to have to push this guy to the limit if they want to get this win, which is huge. And here's what I explained earlier in the game. We'll wait for the next play. But I explained it earlier in the game just so you can understand how this with this division. Here's a toss to Henry. Henry up the middle to the 41-yard line. And it'll be second and short. Here's the thing. The Titans right now have a half-game lead of the AFC South. The Titans, the Colts have a trail by a half game. If the Titans win, they'll be a game and a half ahead of the division. If the Colts win, there'll be a game ahead. There'll be a half game ahead of the division. If there's a tie, Tennessee will be a half game ahead of the division. It'll stay. If that makes sense. Here's a throw to the corner, and it'll be Cameron Batson with the catch to move the chains for the Titans. Here's a play-action fake. Tannehill gets away from the sack. Tannehill looking to run. Tannehill will run for about 2 yards, and a penalty flag comes flying in against Indianapolis for a late hit. And now the Titans are coming to the Colts bench to try to push and say, hey, you can't hit our quarterback. As it was Leonard who just pushed Tannehill into the Indianapolis bench, and it was benching area at least. It was kind of clear, too, as all the Titans players went there. They'll call the penalty, which I think ended at they put him around the 38 or somewhere around there, 39, 38. So this should put them at the 28-yard line now of the Colts. Now they trail by 10. Not the 28. I misjudged where the yardage was. They're at the 18. Have to get to the 8 for a first down. Here's Tannehill rolling, throwing on the run, deflected down defensively by TJ Carey, who had the go-ahead, not the go-ahead, but the big play with a touchdown earlier on that the punt recovery, not the punt recovery, the punt block. And he's the one who deflects this ball from Smith, who had a touchdown earlier. It was the last points scored by Tennessee in this game. This game has really turned out to being a novella. It's pretty crazy, pretty weird as it's handed off to Henry. And Henry will push for a first down. He'll get the first down, and a penalty is going to be called against the Titans. So they'll move him back a few. It is going to be holding and a 10-yard penalty. So Nathaniel Davis gets the holding call. And a second-year man, third rounder, he's the guy that commits this penalty. There's a huge Houston-Indianapolis rivalry as well. I have the Colts because I'm picking them to win, but I really don't like either of these teams, and I have a few friends that are cocky Colts fans. So I really don't care who wins as we're trailing both of these teams by multiple games, as this is dropped. We've had a bit of a more animosity with Tennessee lately, the last few years, but if you look about 6-7 years ago, when we started to be a big team, Houston, Tennessee wasn't really that much of a rivalry, even though the whole, Houston Oilers, that whole thing, it wasn't that much of a rivalry like about 8-9 years ago, around 2010 to about 2016. But we had a gigantic animosity with Indianapolis. So you're always going to have rivalries with these two teams. In fact, if you remember, as this is fired over the head of the tight end and it becomes fourth down with no flags. If you remember, the Colts knocked us out of the playoffs a few years ago, and me being the realistic Texans fan actually picked Indy to knock us out, and they did. That was Frank Reich's first year in the league. I think it was two years ago. It was Watson's rookie year. Gostkowski for a field goal. So they need 10. They need a field goal and a touchdown. So they wanted the touchdown, but they'll go for the field goal first if they can get it with 12:15 to go in the fourth. Here's the kick by Gostkowski. He hooked it right. He missed it. Wide right. Gostkowski missed the kick. Yes, that's correct. The Titans-Houston rivalry right now is I wouldn't say the bigger one, but the one that is the one that has more hatred in it. But there you go. Gostkowski missed the kick with a 28-yarder that goes wide right, and now the Colts will take over early in this fourth quarter.
Amazon gives me the resources to change the world at a pace that I want to change it. We provide students with technology and teachers support.
So we will wait for that.
Jeremy, it's a long season. How do you unwind? Well, I grab a Corona, go on, and I watch football. And that is it.
As a talking book at KFC, dinner time is my time to shine. Grab some piping hot chicken, young man. Much better than microwave hot dogs, right, Dad? Eat up. I'm doing the cooking tonight. So pick up a KFC $20 fill-up today.
Hurry up, the game's starting. Here we go. Oh, no. I don't want a bigger bundle. What are these fees? I don't want to sign another contract. I literally just wanted the game.
Enough is enough. T-Mobile is changing TV for good. Introducing T-Vision Live. With 5 different sports with no annual contracts, no exploding plans. Switch to T-Mobile now. Get 4 months unlimited. T-Vision Live TV includes all for just $40 a month. Finally, TV done right.
So, just a silly mistake. I guess I look pretty ridiculous. No one looks ridiculous, Bob. Progressive is always here for you with round-the-clock service.
Just so you know, next time you can submit a claim with our mobile app.
So wait for this, obviously, Josh to come back for the start of the resumption of the fourth quarter.
Josh Allen previews the Bills showdown with the Cardinals. And Devontae Adams tells us why he's the best receiver in the game. NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
Well, Frank Reich, going to look back at his career, 13 years as a quarterback, the majority with the Buffalo Bills offensive.
All right. We are back early in this fourth quarter for Tennessee and Indianapolis. Now, the last play what happened was Tennessee had a great drive. They needed 10, and Gostkowski missed another field goal. He's 1 of 2 in this game. Hauled down off of a sweeping end around on Harris, and a penalty flag is tossed onto the turf as he was tackled down by Evans. We'll see if this becomes, this is going to be a penalty against Tennessee, a blatant face mask against the Titans. So Indianapolis is going to have 15 yards off of the penalty.
Offensively, but they had one punt that was shanked for 17 yards, one punt blocked directly into the end zone for a touchdown.
12:03 to go in the fourth quarter.
His 8th field goal of the season, a 44-yard try that keeps this a two-possession game, a 10-point lead for Indianapolis. I know Mike Vrabel and Gostkowski were teammates in New England. You just wonder how much longer Mike Vrabel is going to stay with.
Here's Rivers. Throws over the middle, has Pittman. Pittman tries to win a foot race. Pittman makes a move. Pittman isn't tackled yet. Pittman is going to go all the way to the 11-yard line. A 40-yard little short route. It's a slant and run. The Colts are playing football in Nashville the way I play Madden. Just slants and run and go. And Pittman takes the ball to – he got the ball after that. You remember, this is 2 plays. They had the face mask and then a 40-yard run at around the 38 gets him to the Tennessee 11. Here's Hines for a handoff. Well, the Titans right now are just having so much problem defensively because they missed the field goal, and now not only is Indianapolis in chip shot field goal range here, which would make it a 13-point game, but they have a chance for a 17-point lead here because it's 2nd and 7 from the Titans' 8. Now, Indianapolis has made a lot of plays on 4th down. They've actually done it a lot. It's very surprising. They made like 6 4th down attempts here as they go for the touchdown. Pittman catches it and hurries low to the first down marker. Looks like he didn't get it, but it should also be noticed that the first down marker, I think, is at the 4. So if they get the first down, they're only going to need 4 more yards to get even in the end zone. Or it actually may even be closer than that. I didn't read exactly where it is. 21 rush attempts for Michael Pittman, who's a receiver. He's done a lot of end arounds. He's had an exceptional game. 3rd and 1. No, the first down mark's actually at the 1. 3rd and 1. Colts will call timeout with 9:25 to go in the fourth quarter. It's their first timeout of the game and of the half. And it's interesting, too, they took a late time to call this timeout because in the first half, they called their timeout like 3 minutes into their drive because there was a 4th down play that they didn't like that they reattempted as the play clock went long. You'll have to watch the replay of this game when it's over because that first half was pretty crazy. Indianapolis 27, Tennessee 17. but the Colts face a 3rd and 1 at the Titan 2, and they have to get to the Titan 1, and then of course they can easily get a play that just scores a touchdown right here. And they're up by 10. Field goal put them up by 13. Touchdown put them up by 14 as they try to push Rivers in. He might have gotten a touchdown. He got a touchdown. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's not Rivers, actually. I misread it. Rivers went out of the game. They put in the backup Jacoby Brissett to just push for the first down. He pushed for the first down, and he got the touchdown. So Jacoby Brissett up the middle. Makes it 33-17. Here comes the extra point to make it 34-17 with 9:21 to go in the fourth quarter. If it was the Blackhawks horn, it is 34-17 with 9:21 left in the fourth quarter. All Colts. No, if it was the Blackhawks horn, you would have heard that famous siren that they've got. That's one of the first team to ever use a goal horn in the NHL. No, it is not the Blackhawks horn. It's, I think, an ECHL team called the Indianapolis Fuel. Now, you'll hear the Blackhawks horn next Monday, though, if Chicago scores touchdowns for the Bears. But no, that is not the Blackhawks goal horn. That is Indianapolis Fuel. Tennessee's is the Predators, but I've played it a few times, but not in the second half because they have been non-existent in this half, like at all. They've not been there, not at all.
I really appreciate that, Patrick Price, on my insurance, Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone's surprisingly great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes. Come on.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. New NyQuil Severe Honey, maximum strength cold flu medicine, soothing, honeylicious taste. NyQuil Honey, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, making, stuffy head fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Macy's Monday sale starts tomorrow with deals of the day on great holiday gifts like warm and cozy layers for her, 40 to 50% off, and for him, $24.99 and under. Plus, get 55% off diamond jewelry, and Star Money bonus days are going on now.
Taco Bell's grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Get your hands on a grilled cheese burrito. Only at Taco Bell.
I'm still waiting as we go down the line in this fourth quarter. With the Colts up 17. The most not only they've been up, but any team's been up in this game.
Rise and shine. Welcome to Good Morning Football.
You ready, Kay? Me, former pro, big time style. Notice the footwork. Kay, fantasy expert, knows the league inside out.
This team is loaded.
Leaders, tactics, and everything in the game. They come, NFL Wiz, pop culture ace.
Such an exciting time for a fan.
Together, they make football.
Let's get it going, baby.
Good Morning Football, tomorrow at 7 on NFL Network.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum. Great city of Nashville, Tennessee, and with the Colts, they have put up 24 straight points. They got the field goal right before the half. And all of the second half of this ballgame, and special teams a big part of that. Mistakes made by the Titans.
Yeah, it's not though. Blackhawks always have that 3-pronged horn, and then they lead off into the Chelsea Dagger. Also, fun thing about when it's the goal song, unless it's a really long goal and they have to look at it, like the Devils do the same thing with their song. They won't go into the actual song unless it's the win song. Like the Devils have that Howl by Gaslight anthem. You usually just hear just the singing. If it's a long goal where there's like a lot to look at, and then they'll get into the actual song of the people singing. When it's a win song in Chicago, you'll hear the actual lyrics of the Chelsea Dagger. Anyway, thrown to the corner to Davis for about 6 yards as the clock continues to roll. Tennessee at this point, I mean, we have 14-point game. It's possible to get a field goal and go, and you need any points you can get. But really, even if you get a field goal, it's not a successful drive unless you score a touchdown here for the Titans. They're down to their last man here as Davis gets the ball to the sideline and will go out. Clock continues to run. 8:40 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Tannehill. Throws a screen. And McNichols takes a hit. McNichols has not been out there for that long, for that much in this game. 2nd and 2. Tannehill, shotgun snap, handoff, right past there. What a run! I think that was McNichols. Yeah, McNichols again. He gets his number called, and he went right up the middle past the big T in Tennessee and gets to about, they're going to put it at the 41-yard line, and then he pushes past the 40 to the Indianapolis 37, 2nd down. And those are 3 straight runs by McNichols. Yes, I do. I got to tell you, as I've told you multiple times, unlike obviously you and some other people, I actually physically know. Whoa, what a pass. Well, we were talking, Tannehill went for just a sideline ripper, and it was caught by Corey Davis, who's had just kind of an incomplete night, and he made a fantastic catch. But unlike you and stuff, I physically know Tommy. I've met him, and I'm actually really good friends with him. So I can tell you for a fact, it's very enjoyable. I'm sorry if you're watching this, Tommy, but it's very enjoyable to just joke and trash talk him. It's a lot of fun. I do it pretty much every day. I talk to him. That is true. We all agree with that. As Tannehill throws over the middle off the hands, and 2nd and 3, it doesn't become 3rd down as there's a penalty here. And it looks like it'll be a penalty against the Colts, probably for holding here. There would have been a penalty against Indianapolis for illegal contact, but the flag is picked up. They thought it was a defensive screen, and the play would have, if there was, ball probably would have moved to about the 2-yard line. 3rd and 3. Titans need this 1st down. And it's deflected loose, and I know that they have all 3 timeouts here, and I know that they need a field goal, but if you're the Titans, look, 6:57 left in the 4th quarter. You are down by 17. You don't get things to go, and yeah, they're going for it. You don't get things to go, and they drive the ball down the field every time that you turn the ball over, if it's on downs or a missed field goal, whatever. And you got to get this 1st down. You got to get this touchdown here. They have to get to the 9-yard line. They sit at the 12. Tannehill, pressured. Tannehill throws to the end zone. Incomplete. No penalties. No flags. I was looking for flags. Tennessee was looking for flags. No penalty on the play. Indianapolis takes over with, I think, 6:52 left in the 4th quarter. Up by 17. Tommy, if you're asking Josh, he's a Ravens and he's a Ravens and Giants fan. If you're asking his team, Tommy, if you're asking mine, you shouldn't. You know me. Yeah, Tommy's another kid. That Tommy Tarver is another kid. I actually know both of them. They're not just random Tommies.
I didn't know Burger King had breakfast. This is better than what I usually eat. Definitely worth waking up for.
Sandwich. Get 2 for $4 or mix and match with a biscuit sandwich. Your way. Way better.
Labradoodles, brown eggs.
Tommy, this is just gonna ask. This is Josh. You don't have to answer this question because it just kind of refers to Tommy and some other stuff. But
Hybrid cloud approach lets them use lots
do you have you been on
and bring all their partners and customers
before I was 52? Do you know if I mentioned it?
retail to banking.
Actually, you know what? Before Tommy question, I have to go and do something really quickly. If the game comes back on, I might not be able to broadcast it. I just got to do something really quick. It might take a little bit, and I apologize for getting off the stream, but I'll come back as soon as I can.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 50% on a car. Are you ready for Sunday? I got all that energy today, baby. Every Friday night, Game Day 2 breaks down every single matchup, putting things together. The offense is
Making my favorite game of the entire weekend.
Let's go. NFL Game Day 2 tomorrow at 8 on NFL Network. Too busy to watch football all day? Are you kidding me? That's unfortunate. We'll catch you up with highlights from every game. Buckle up. We're coming at you. NFL Game Day highlights Sunday at 7:30 only on NFL Network.
Well, this Indianapolis Colts defense came in as the number 1 defense in the NFL. They got some plays here tonight, but some big plays. Even too close. They just did it on 4th and 3 for more on that defense, the way they played. What they think about this 2020 season. Here's Christine Pick.
Well, yeah, especially coming off that 4th down stop. You know, I asked DeForest Butler, what is the identity of this defense? He said, we are relentless. We're a relentless defense. We're going to fly around. We're going to populate to the ball. We are going to make plays. He said, we want to show everyone in prime time who the Colts are. In 2020, they certainly made a statement tonight with the help of their offense and special teams, Joe.
Really, all 3 phases from the beginning. The Colts have had no issue moving the ball. Just got some time. Touchdowns. Here's the handoff to Wilkins. Wilkins with a nice carry, and he stays in bounds. Fired with a stop and an 18-yard run by Jordan Wilkins. If they can, I recognize that the Titans have had, they've had their problems on the defensive side of the ball. So we understand that, and we know that the Colts have struggled against good teams. But the way that their defense is put together and as dominant as they can be, in this game, 5 of the 8 teams that they have faced, they have held to less than 300 yards of offense. In today's game, to do that, I mean, it's unheard of. The Titans only have 275 yards. Here in this game, Wilkins carries again 4 this time. But if they can get just a little more out of the offense, or if they can continue to do what they've done tonight.
All right, I'm back. I apologize for that. Let me read what's been talked about. Ravens Steelers stuff. Yeah, I mean that makes sense probably for you guys. Also, if you hear me saying Josh sometimes, Tommy, that's Ravens 8's actual name. His name is Josh. Here's a handoff by the Colts, 2nd and 6. They loses yards. That was the Wisconsin rookie Taylor, who has not played great in this game. We'll see when Tennessee starts using their timeouts, because it looks like the way they're playing defensively, Tennessee can at least get one more chance to get the ball back. But again, they're going to have to score a touchdown. It's going to be a long shot here. 3:55 to go in the fourth. Here's Rivers, a screen, and he gets past the 40 to the 39, but Pittman will be short of the first down. We'll see if they'll go for the field goal here. So for the first time in the game, because it's interesting because of the way they've been doing it with these fourth downs and the fact that the Colts have kept it alive, believe it or not, for the first time in this game, the Colts will punt. And it's Rigoberto who is going to kick it off with 3:07 to go in the game. Tennessee will get what, unless, onside kick or whatever, as he stays at the 15, will probably be their final drive of the game, final time with the ball of the game. 3:01 to go. They have all three timeouts. Giants are scheduled Washington, Philadelphia, Dallas, and Jets. Giants don't play the Jets. What are you talking about? I don't agree with that, Josh. I hate Mahomes. I don't like him. Just my personal opinion. I just don't like him. There's just something about him. I've never really liked him. I've never really liked the way he plays. Yeah, I'm not a Mahomes fan. Also, that's a big Raider fan too. I've never. It's just my personal opinion. I've never liked him. I love Fleury, but I just don't like Mahomes. Why don't you like Mahomes? It's just my opinion. I'm not saying you would say that. I'm just saying you'll sometimes get that, and that's not. It's just my it's just my opinion. And again, as I've said multiple times, because I can sometimes use these broadcasts as tapes. As they bring in a backup quarterback, no Tannehill, if this, leaked to people, whoa, you wouldn't be good working with the Chiefs because you don't like Mahomes. No, I would work with anybody. I like all these quarterbacks. These guys are great people, and they're great quarterbacks. It's just that I personally dislike him. It's just my personal opinion. It probably is unmerited, but it's just, or sometimes you just hate these guys and these teams just for their success. And I've never liked the Chiefs either. No, we were talking about if the Steelers had a schedule with only the Ravens and Chiefs. So I said the Giants would go 13-3 with only those teams. No. What? Oh, with the Jets. With the Jets, the Giants would go 16-0. I'm sorry. Jets are just bad. There's a penalty on the field with 2:12 to go in the fourth. It's an unnecessary roughness penalty against the Colts. Al-Qaeda Muhammad is penalized for an unsportsmanlike conduct where he slapped Taylor Lewan, not even in the face, like in the helmet. Like he just went slap right to the helmet after Lewan said something to him, and he's ejected for this game. We'll see if he'll be suspended for next week. But he just won't play the final 2:12 in this quarter, although Frank Reich has probably a lot to say to him. As a hit on the running back there by Nelson will bring up the 2-minute warning. Second and 8, and it's the 2-minute warning. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, I would agree with 13-3. Maybe 12-4. Yeah. That that 28-year-old player that played for the Cowboys. Forget his name. Gilbert. He played pretty good. They were down to their fourth-string quarterback, and they had a decent game against Pittsburgh. I thought Pittsburgh would win, but Dallas was very low end with their quarterbacks and had a chance. They're not going to commercial with the 2-minute warning, apparently. They're talking about the game that they'll be doing, Seattle and the LA Rams. So take a look at these games: Carolina, Tampa, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Chicago, Baltimore, New England, and Seattle, LA. Although the big game between the Giants and the Eagles will be huge as well. No, but it wasn't DiNucci. But Josh, it wasn't DiNucci. DiNucci didn't play against Pittsburgh. It was Gilbert. DiNucci has been absolutely horrible. He has not looked good. Here's a handoff, missed the tackle, then missed another, then finally got him behind the line. Tyquan Lewis with the tackle. I didn't even know this. Pittsburgh's never started 8-0 in their history. And they've been one of the most legendary franchises in NFL history. Best start since '93 when they went to the Super Bowl for Buffalo. 4 straight wins. First time Miami has done that since 2016 when they made the playoffs and lost to said Pittsburgh. I mean, that's like a meme, yeah, but not as an actual player. If you go on TikTok or Twitter or whatever, that song they play with DiNucci is kind of funny. Because it's a dig at him because of his nationality or whatever. I don't know. Handoff close to the 50, and they'll be tackled down, and now there'll be a minute left in the fourth quarter. Final minute of play. 4th and 2. And now it's almost official that this will be a Titans losses. I really think I kind of want Tennessee to pick up the first down here. There's a penalty on the field. Looks like it'll be against Indianapolis. Reason I said we're kind of hoping that would happen so the clock would run, so you don't just sit there waiting for the two teams to run on. It's a neutral zone infraction against Tyquan Lewis, but there's 41 seconds left in the game, and Indianapolis is up by 17 points. So, yeah. It's funny. That all happened because of one of your backups. They did a similar thing with Trace McSorley, and then when Dak Prescott went down and then Andy Dalton went down, they felt to do the same thing with DiNucci that they did with McSorley. It was kind of funny. Tackle is made after they pick up the first down, or is it second down actually, and now they're not even going to bother to snap the ball. So here come the handshakes in the final 20 seconds of this game. What a win for the Colts. Team rankings? Oh, my teams. Yeah, I remember that. Just hold on one second. And the Indianapolis Colts, it is final. The Indianapolis Colts are a half game ahead of the division. They lead the division for the first time this year with a dominating, come from behind, 34-17 win over Tennessee. And that'll be it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I was thinking of that. I was actually thinking of that a week ago. I completely forgot about it. I was thinking of that at the NFL. I'm thinking maybe MLB and NBA as well. I was completely thinking of that. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I'll have to find a time, but I'm definitely thinking about it. Yeah, definitely. That's a great thought.
So with AT&T, you can pick the perfect plan for each family member with the features they want, like HBO Max.
Thank you. I appreciate it. On that one. All right. I will see you guys. Actually, never mind. Let me. I want to just look up one thing for possibly tomorrow, and then I will end the stream. Specifically concerning if there would be a stream tomorrow. I don't know if there would be one. It's funny. I just realized something. I didn't realize this as I'm just about to stop. The play-in games that I thought were tomorrow on Friday, they're not tomorrow for soccer. The play-in playoff games for tomorrow that I thought were tomorrow, that I was thinking of doing the stream, they're not tomorrow. They're next Friday. And the next soccer game doesn't start till Monday. So I can unequivocally say, since I'm not sure when I want to do my NFL stream, I can unequivocally say that there will be no streams. Sadly, there will be no streams till Monday because there will be nothing on tomorrow, and there's not going to be any college football ones because A&M's not playing. And Sunday, obviously, my deal Sunday. So the next stream will be Monday night. Chicago and Minnesota. So I'll see you guys on Monday for the next live stream. Hope you had fun with the two streams today. This one and obviously the Wales America soccer stream that didn't go that great. Not the stream, but the game, scoreless tie. But I will. It did end up well for both teams. I will see you on Monday night. So happy hockey, everybody. Good night.